Welcome back to Who, What, Why. Everybody has a desire that he will be one of the wealthiest person in the world, and he has a lavish lifestyle with all the comforts of life. This is what would you do if you have $100 billion. This idea is enough to make anyone's head spin. Think of all the possibilities. Now you can buy anything you want. You don't have to wait for the next month to get your salary to enjoy a delicious meal at that expensive hotel with your wife, or work extra hours to get some cash for your new car or to get by your college fees. You have all the money in the world and your short life to spend it. So, what can you really do with $100 billion? If you prefer living in style, you can construct almost 66 Burj Khalifa with $100 billion and still be left with $1 billion. Or you can buy 5,000 Rolls-Royce Sweptail, 4,000 Mercedes-Benz Maybach X-Laro, 500 Lamborghini Veneno Roadster, a 19 McLaren P1 LM and a Ferrari LaFerrari, and you will still be left with $200,000. If you are a fan of that kingly existence and want to travel in style, why not buy your own private jet? The Airbus 380 is the world's biggest private jet and the most expensive. Its price tag is around $500 million. The jet is fit for a prince. In fact, its owner is the Saudi Prince Al-Walid bin Talal Al Saud. The same model of plane is also part of the Singapore Airlines and Emirates fleets. On commercial flights, the Airbus 380 can accommodate up to 800 passengers. With your wealth, you can buy almost 200 Airbus 380, or you can buy 271 Boeing 747 8-passenger jet with a price tag of $367.8 million. If you dream to buy a property where you can build a big house, now with your wealth you can practically own Costa Rica, Central American country whose annual GDP is $62 billion along with Cambodia with GDP of $26.73 billion and Chad with GDP of $11.026. With just half of your fortune, you could buy the world's largest royal domain, the Palace of Versailles, with its 700 rooms, 600 paintings, 400 sculptures and 1,400 fountains. In fact, you still have enough left over for the White House, Buckingham Palace, St. Petersburg's Winter Palace and Tokyo's Imperial Palace and Mumbai's Antilia. Or you can buy almost 50 million shares of Amazon retail giant, further increasing your wealth in future, making you second largest shareholder in the company after Jeff Bezos. But as there's a saying, with great power comes the great responsibility. With all this wealth comes the great responsibility. $100 billion is enough money to put roughly 757,000 students through American colleges for 4 years. You can reduce world hunger to almost half with $100 billion. It will only cost $60 million to save Great Barrier Reef. Annual investment of $3 billion could reduce malnutrition in developing countries by 36%, saving over 100 million children from starvation each year. You can almost plant 333.333 billion trees, which will absorb almost 16 trillion pounds of carbon dioxide, providing oxygen for almost 1.333 trillion people, clearly a lot more than we required, reducing the global warming. According to scientists, new quantitative evaluation shows forest restoration isn't just one of our climate change solutions, it is overwhelmingly the top one, said Professor Tom Crowther at the Swiss University ETH Zurich. So, what would you do with $100 billion?